join me in welcoming the honorable panelists for this session. Please put your hands together and welcome Shri Praveen Kumar, Managing Director, DFCCIL on stage. Can we extend a very warm and energetic round of applause to Shri Praveen Kumar, an IRSC officer from the 1989 batch. Shri Kumar is MD of DFCCIL with deep expertise in rail infrastructure, procurement and multilateral funding. An IIT Roorkee and MDI Gurgaon alumnus, he has led key freight corridor projects and authored 2 books on railway engineering. His experience spans the entire project lifestyle from conceptualizing to commissioning. He has expertise in international tendering, procurement, and dealing with multilateral funding agencies, including JICA and the World Bank. Moreover, he has also authored 2 books on railway engineering, displaying his technical prowess and commitment to knowledge sharing. Additionally, he has been involved with dedicated freight corridors for more than a decade and handled complex challenges related to land acquisition, project execution, and procurement. A very warm and hearty welcome to you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Up next, I invite our esteemed panelist, Shri Rajesh Prasad, Advisor, CC IRCON International Limited. Please put your hands together and welcome Shri Rajesh Prasad on stage. Can we give him a warm round of applause? An IIT Kanpur alumnus and decorated IRSC officer, Shri Prasad has led major civil engineering projects across RVNL and IRCON. With 25 plus technical papers, multiple awards and project execution accolades, he is a thought leader in rail infrastructure development. His achievements include 4-time recognition from Zonal Railway for Certificate of Merits and service medals for the meritorious work. He has also received Railway Minister's Award for the Best Project in Advanced Management Program 2005-2006. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Please put your hands together and welcome Shri Abhinav Singh, Director-Infra Railway Board, Indian Railways. Let's give him a more energetic round of applause. Shri Singh oversees the high-speed rail and dedicated freight corridors at the Ministry of Railways. With prior experience at DFCCIL and in O&M, he brings strong execution and planning expertise to India's rail infrastructure expansion. Previously, he held the role of Deputy Chief Project Manager at Ambala, contributing significantly to the execution of the dedicated freight corridor network. His career reflects extensive experience encompassing operations, maintenance, design, and construction within the railway sector. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Please put your hands together and welcome Mohammad Tanveer Khan, IRSC Director, Gati Shakti, Ministry of Railways. An IRSC officer, Shri Khan has managed major roles in DFCCIL and now leads Gati Shakti initiatives in the Ministry of Railways. With 20 plus technical papers, his focus areas include construction management, sustainable infrastructure, and waste minimization in large projects. His thrust areas are engineering and technology, construction management, train operation, railways infrastructure, development for the overall development of the country, sustainable construction, waste management in big construction projects. A hearty welcome to you, sir. I now invite Dr. Satarupa Bhattacharjee Kapoor, Regional Head of Business Development, Autodesk in India. Let's welcome Dr. Kapoor on stage. Dr. Satarupa has over 17 years of experience in GIS and AEC technology. She leads Autodesk digital transformation efforts in India across sectors including utilities, urban development, and infrastructure. A PhD in geology, she previously held leadership roles at Trimble, RMSI, Geospatial World. Additionally, she has closely worked with international monetary fund agencies and the public sector to conceive and develop new projects through strategic technology advocacy across diverse sectors. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. And ladies and gentlemen, this session will be moderated by session moderator, Shri Pratyush Kumar, Senior Manager, Construction, Warehousing and Railways in West India. Can we all together welcome our esteemed session moderator on stage? Shri Kumar leads the construction, railways and warehousing verticals at Invest India. An IIT and SPA alumnus, he brings deep experience in urban development, PPPs and public policy, having previously worked with the Ministry of Housing and the Government of MP and Bihar. Further, he has certifications in contract management from the World Bank and public policy from the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. He has also achieved the core credential from the Harvard Business School and an MBA with specialization in marketing from FMS Delhi. A very warm welcome to you, and I now hand over the session to you for further proceedings.
Hello, am I audible? Thank you, and thank you, Rail Analysis. This was a last-minute adjustment where our moderator, he's not been able to come here, so I've been asked to moderate the session. So it will be interesting. It will be rather difficult to engage people in a post-lunch session, but we shall try our best to keep you engaged and give you wonderful insights. So, as the anchor mentioned, I represent the Railways Make in India team under Invest India, which is a body under DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. We are the National Investment Promotion Agency. We help companies who want to enter and establish their manufacturing units in India, right from policy advocacy to incentives to land allocation, clearances, everything. So, the session is very important. I mean, freight has been growing leaps and bounds as far as Indian Railways is concerned. We have seen 50% increase in the rail freight revenue in the last 5 years. We have also witnessed 30% increase in the rail freight volume as far as million tonnage is concerned in the last 4-5 years. So this is a result of a number of interventions which have been taken care by the Indian Railways, the PSUs and the bodies. So we have a wonderful panel here who represent the core bodies who work towards the development of freight and digitization initiatives as far as Indian Railways is concerned. So I'll straight away start the first half of the session, which is focusing on the freight movement. I'll start with Shri Praveen Kumarji, the MD DFCCIL. So as Indian Railways is focused towards achieving the 3,000 million tons of freight movement by 2030, it is roughly around 1.6 billion tons, and it is almost about to be doubled in the next few years. So what are the strategies being adapted to expand freight corridors, the terminals, the MMLPs in line with this vision? And we also have a target to achieve around 10,000 million tons by 2047. So if you can throw some light on that, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. The question is very, very relevant with respect to that how DFC will be impacting or supporting achieving 3,000 million ton by 2030 and 10,000 million ton by 2050. The two corridors that we have commissioned as of now, that is Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor and the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor. In overall, in totality, we have commissioned about 96.4%. And just I will give a very small figure, very relevant figure, that we are now constituting about 3% of the total network, railway network. We have already started carrying about 13% of GTKM of what railway is carrying. So that is our very high density, high efficient network. Now how will we supporting achieving this 3,000 by 2030, now 2025, another 5 years. So in that connection, we are focusing now very heavily on the business development. In context of business development, definitely we can increase the share if we shift the share from road to rail. In that connection, we are very much highly focusing on development of the multimodal logistic park in two modality. One with our own land, that is we have acquired the land. One example is I can give you that we have acquired about 70 acres of land at Kanpur. And apart from that, lot many private vendors, now they are being attracted to the DFC network because they consider that DFC network is a very high speed network, very efficient network, and we are running only freight, only dedicated freight we have created. So very recently, about 15 days back, at New Sanjali in Gujarat, we have opened one multimodal logistic park with the help of a private partner, that is Gati Shakti. And with this potential is about 6 to 7 rigs per day. And he is claiming about 5,000 trucks will be transferred from road to rail, which is otherwise going to JNPT by road. If you go to Surat area and if you stand by the side of the network, you will see that road is never empty. Every time full road is occupied with by the containers. So in that context, we are focusing about 5-6 multimodal logistic park within this financial year. 2 multimodal logistic park at the Rewari, 1 at Daruheda, very nearby near Delhi. 1 at Dadri. Of course, Dadri is being done by a joint venture by NICDC and Greater Noida Authority. But we have been given the work for creating this infrastructure for this IIT GNL. So that we are also focusing. Apart from that, we are also focusing on MMLP at Kanpur. Apart from that, so many other multimodal logistic park near Bombay. One station is Kharbao. We are also focusing that we will be creating multimodal logistic park. With all these initiatives, I am very confident that we will be supporting the initiative of 2030. By 2030, that will be supporting about 300 million ton to achieve 3,000 ton. So that is our initiative that we are focusing on, and I am very confident that we will be able to do that. Regarding 2050, of course, 2050 we can add much more, because now I always say that our connectivity is spinal cord of the country. That is connecting various states, and it is a high-speed corridors. Our speed is 100 kmph and our axle load is very, very high, which is 32.5 ton. I would say that this is the second compared to Australia. Australia is running about 42 ton axle load. We have 32.5 ton axle load, but the thing is that as of now we don't have any rolling stock which can carry 32.5 ton axle load. Of course, Ministry of Railway is doing something about creation and designing the rolling stock. Once they are created, immediately you can say from 25 ton to 32.5 ton, about 40% increase can be there. So all these initiatives definitely will be adding to the achieving 3,000 ton and 10,000 ton in future by 2050. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful points, sir. So my next question is also related to freight only. So see, as the National Investment Promotion Agency, we talk to so many investors, some of them key who are ready to invest millions and billions, because we have seen that next 10 years is for India. Like, we don't have to tell people why India. They see a lot of demand in India, but when it comes to the logistics, we have improved a lot in the last few years, but DFC is a very important part of improving the logistics index that we talk about as far as India is concerned. We have seen EDFC is almost up to completion and Western Freight Corridors is there. So how do you see that contributing to the overall ecosystem or overall improvement of logistics in the country? Can you throw some light
yes,
there?
that is very, very important. That I already told that Eastern Corridor is all 100% commission. And the capacity utilization of Eastern Corridor is about 80 to 85%. That whatever trains was earlier moving on the railway network, now we have taken over all the trains on our network. And as of now, we are able to, we are getting about 85% of the traffic. We can run about 120 trains each way. So if put both the corridors, it is 480 trains. And we are also joining 2 trains combined together. 2 trains, 3 trains, there is no limit. But as of now, generally we are combining 2 trains because our loop line length is about 1500 meters, which can take up 2 trains simultaneously without any precedence. So this is one initiative that we are doing. Apart from that, I always say that network, that is freight network, is always say that is connectivity. And I always say connectivity is the destiny of a country. If we are connected better, then we can go to the spot where no business is there. So I am seeing, after we have commissioned this network, that many private parties are now being attracted to this spinal cord, because they are aware that transferring their cargo through freight network is very, very efficient. And we are also giving the guarantee that suppose any train starts from JNPT, that is Bombay, and it reaches Dadri, it can reach within 24 hours. That is a guarantee that we are giving. So all this initiative, all this customer care, all this business development conferences we are doing, and many private partners are now being attracted. I am very confident that about, just I know, told that Samaria Logistic, that it's New Sanjali, he has invested over 100 crores of rupees in acquiring the land and development of this multimodal logistic park. This NICDC at Dadri is about 3,000 crore work. So if I put together the future scenario in next 5-6 years, I am expecting about connecting with the private party, about 10-15 parties definitely will connect with the DFC, and total investment might be about 2,000 crores, other than NICDC.
No, this is great to know, sir, because private sector investments are a must to reach such ambitious goal, not just in terms of asset development, but also, as you mentioned, that in manufacturing the 32.5 tonnage, those kind of wagons are needed to increase the freight share. So now, keeping the discussion continued in the freight scenario, so my next question is for Mr. Rajesh Prasad. So since you have worked in PSUs like RVNL and IRCON, please tell us about the future opportunities in various countries all across the world. Please share your experience on planning, securing and execution of 1 or 2 examples of overseas projects where you were associated.
Okay. Very good afternoon. Thank you, Rail Analysis, for giving me this opportunity. Very good afternoon to Kesav Chandra sir, the former member mechanical sir. I can see Shiv Kumar sir, the former general manager and the director general Irisain, Moderator Kumar sir, the former general manager sir. It is nice to see these legendaries in a forum like this. And thank you, Rail Analysis, for disseminating the various knowledge related to the railway infrastructures. So you have asked about the RVNL, IRCON, then future opportunities, international. So I'll start with the first question which you asked from Mr. Praveen Kumar, that how we can achieve 3,000 million tons by 2030. See, in 1951 we had around 73 million tons. 2014 it touched around 1,098 million tons. 23-24 it was 1,591, and 2024-25 it was 1,617 million tons. Some figure plus minus 1-2 can be there. The capex in 2014 it was 58,000 crores, and today we are talking about 3 lakhs crore. See, the capex has increased by 350 odd %, whereas the traffic has increased only by 47%. It is something which is alarming. We should now understand, we have got the officers from the Ministry of Railways, Railway Board, they should appreciate that there is a lot of thrust in the capex and the traffic is not increasing. Now the question is that how we can achieve 3,000 million tons? See, if we are achieving only 1,617 million tons by 2024-25, so the asking rate will be of the order of 277 million tons increase every year. In a cricket match, we monitor the asking run rate. So is it possible that with the existing capacity, we can have this 277 million tons increase? I think it is not possible, but it can be made very, very close. What we need is we should understand the customer's requirement, their mentality. They want to have the door-to-door service. Now coming back to this was not my question, but I thought I should supplement because this is a burning problem and we are not getting the traffic. There was an article in the Financial Express only few days back that we are missing the traffic. Efforts are not being made to catch the traffic from the various catchments. Now coming back to the PSUs, see, I joined from 1988 exam batch, and then after serving around 5 years as Director Operations, looking after the projects also. And then I'm now working as advisor, corporate coordination. Both these companies are listed, meant for creation of infrastructures. Presently I am with IRCON, so I will tell few things about IRCON. This company was formed in 1976, to be precise enough, in April 1976. We are in 50th year. We are a listed company, we are a Navratna company. The Government of India's share is around 65.17%. We have completed and commissioned more than 400 odd projects in the country, and more than 128 projects across 25 countries. We have got the proven track record, we have got the exposure and the experience of executing all kinds of infrastructure projects, and we can do anything, any part of the project life cycle of any typical infra projects. So this is all about the IRCON International. Coming back to the future opportunities, you asked about the international market. We have got plenty of scope in the domestic market. Just now MD DFCCIL was saying that we have commissioned around 2,900 kilometers of eastern and the western. So the future, I can see by 2047, we will have around 10,000 kilometers, like from Kharagpur to Vijayawada, Vijayawada to Chennai, Chennai to Itarsi, Itarsi to the northern part, and then connecting east to west. Similarly, there are large number of projects. Presently, we are executing one HSR project. By 2047, we can see around 5-6 high-speed corridors operational. We recently, Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated and said 1,000 kilometers of metro has been commissioned across 20 plus cities. We can foresee that by 2047 we can have 50 plus cities, and the kilometer wise it could be more than 5,000 to 8,000 kilometers in the metros. So plenty of opportunities are there. We have got the National Rail Plan. As per the National Rail Plan, Mr. Tanveer will supplement me, that whatever infrastructure is required by 2047 should be in place by 2030. So these are the avenues in the domestic sector. Now coming back to the international sector, there are large number of projects, and the beauty is that there are large number of countries where the Chinese products and the Chinese companies are not accepted. So the future opportunities are galore. I will cite few examples. Few years back there was a G20 summit here. A project was declared, that is IMEC, that is IMEC, India Middle East Economic Corridor. It's a huge project. Then you see the political wars, the geopolitical situations in the Israel and then the Russia. See, we are in discussion with so many companies in the Israel. They want to have all the railway networks, including the metro networks underground. They have already made the DPRs, costing billions and billions of dollars. So the opportunities are there. Then again, Russian companies are, basically we are under discussion with them. There also we are going to have large number of projects. Then if you see the metro construction, and there are various countries, European countries, where now the Chinese are not accepted, and then Indian companies have got bigger role to play in time to come. Then you have asked one more question, that what is your experience of getting one or two the international project. So when I was working with the RVNL, the Ministry of Railways stopped giving the nomination basis. We approached the MEA, then MEA said we don't know RVNL. We were confined to only the railway infrastructures. They said you first go to the ministry and then get some kind of office memorandum issued, that here is a company which has got a proven track record, and then we can execute it. Then we got the memorandum issued. Then they invited a QCBS tender, and we got it Maldives, 1,500 plus crores, and it was a very competitive bid, and we got the profit which was more than the margins which we get from the nomination. And now we have got a large number of projects in RVNL, overseas projects, and IRCON is also having large number of projects which we have secured and which is under the pipeline. And we have already commissioned more than 25, basically across 25 countries, more than 128 projects. So the question was that what are the opportunities? So opportunities in the domestic market and in the international market are galore, number one. Number two, the domestic market is basically very, very attractive, and in fact the foreign companies are eyeing to enter into the country. So the companies, the Indian companies, Indian infrastructure companies should focus more and more to get the domestic basically infrastructure projects, and also try to get the international market, get into the international market. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So that was a good perspective, that how challenging is it, like the averaging of the tonnage required to reach that ambitious target that you mentioned. So my actually second question was supposed to be on that, but so what are the challenges? Like what I could see is that the ease of doing business part in operations, because why someone will choose rail over road for the freight movement, And also, what is the government's approach toward diversifying the kind of freight? Because if we see the overall tonnage, it is still dominated by the commodities. So what is the solution as per yourself, that how that ambitious target can be achieved? Yes.
So basically, we'll have to take the help of AI and the technology. This is number one. Number two, see, you had asked in the previous question to MD DFCCIL about the logistics. So let us talk about the Global Logistic Index. In 2014, we were having the Global Logistic Index, which was around 54. It has come down to 38 or 37. By 2047, I was going through a paper, it says that we should try to achieve less than 10 or 10. Now, in order to achieve all those things which you had said, I'll come back to about the project and project implementation. The innovation and the technology become very important. Now, if you see the Global Innovation Index, in 2014, it was around 81, which has gone down to 39. It is a big achievement for our country, big achievement for all of us. And the idea is that by 2047, again, we should be one of the basically leading countries in this innovation and technology, and it should be less than 10. Recently, Honorable Prime Minister had said in a program when we were completing 10 years of Digital India. So what I want to tell you is that the AI and the technology will play a very pivotal role. See, the challenges are too many. We have got the officers from the Gati Shakti, he will tell you. But one of the key features of Gati Shakti which is not getting fully utilized is the digitization. Digitization of the land plans. If I am wrong, he can correct me, that there are some states who have not yet basically completed the digitization work. Then the various layers are there. See, theoretically, we say that we have got 1200 layers and we have already discussed and concluded more than 200 mega projects. Earlier, the alignment approval was taking more than 2 years. Now it is taking less than 3 months. All are correct, but the Gati Shakti platform also need to be upgraded to the next version, like our mobile phones or any softwares. And whatever challenges are there, see, the projects are always unique. What do you mean by the project? Project means converting the vision into the reality. It has got different kind of challenges. All projects are unique. No projects are similar. Just like our 5 fingers, it has got the finance schedule, then it has got the time schedule, it has got a different project life cycle. So each and every project, depending upon the challenges, are required to be addressed accordingly. Hope I have been able to answer.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have the Director Infrastructure Railway Board, Mr. Abhinav Singh here. So my next question is to you, sir. I'll stick to the same question that by 2030, the 3,000 metric ton, the target that is a million tons, that target that has been set. So what are your suggestions or your inputs, or if you can give some examples, that what are the ways or the strategy the government is adopting to achieve that? Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. So as Pratyush has asked about the vision 2020-30, so as far as the railways point of view, currently we are around 1,617, as sir has told us, million tons, and we have to increase our capacity by 2x. As you can see, currently our GDP is around 3 trillion, and our PM vision is also there to increase to the 5 trillion. So as the GDP increases, naturally our movement is also going to increase, the transport movement also going to increase. So railway is going to play a very important role. Currently we are around 27% of the transportation is being done by the railways. So our vision is to take that 27% to the 45%. So what all things which we are doing right now. First of all, we are investing heavily on the railway infrastructure. As you can see from the past 4-5 years, the investment from the government side is around 2 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs in the capital. I'm not talking about what we are investing in our revenue. So these kind of investment we are doing. Secondly, there is also a liability on the government, and as a human being, we have to reduce the carbon. So being on the transportation being done on the roadways, we are using the fossil fuel. So as we have developed two of the corridors, that is dedicated freight corridors, both are on the electrification. So we are using much greener energy, and I think so the carbon credits, or you can say the carbon energy which being released in the dedicated freight corridor is, I think so, near about 20%, but being done by the transportation through roadways. And railways is also having a vision to become net zero carbon. So to achieve the objective of as a India and as of Indian Railways, we are trying too hard to achieve that 45%. Secondly, to increase that, government is also, with the help of Niti Aayog, we are going for a corridor approach. Recently, we have, you can say, sanctioned few corridors like cement corridor, where a dedicated line has been connected, where the electricity, coal, and cement factories are being connected through railways. Similar approach are being used by railways to connect steel corridor. So this kind of approach is also being taken by Indian Railways to increase our modal share. Secondly, as DFCCIL is going to connect 100% by this year or by next year, so major ports, that is from the western ports of India, is going to connect with the hinterland of, and we are also increasing that construction of, you can say, feeder routes along the DFCCIL. So later or sooner, I am hoping, and we are trying to achieve that target. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinav sir. I think coordination between the multiple stakeholders is a key here. So talking about multiple stakeholders, we have Mr. Tanveer Khan, from Director, Gati Shakti, Ministry of Railways. So Gati Shakti is all about integrating all the infrastructure ministry for providing seamless or rather fast track approvals for the development of infrastructure. So how is the Gati Shakti program ensuring real-time coordination between multiple ministries, the multiple infrastructure ministries and civil engineering workflows to speed up the project delivery and future-proof freight infrastructure? Because we discussed the development of infrastructure needs to be done in an efficient manner, and that is where Gati Shakti comes in picture. So if you can share some insights there.
Actually, as far as Gati Shakti initiative is concerned, so there are two parts. So I will be telling you about both. One is internal Gati Shakti as far as Ministry of Railways is concerned, and one is the Gati Shakti across the ministries. So as far as your question is concerned, so I will be telling about that external Gati Shakti. In that, it is a coordination of all the ministries. There is one portal being created by BISAG in Ahmedabad. So on that portal, all ministries have been given the mandate to create their layers. As Rajesh Prasad sir was telling that there is one lacking behind of that land plans are not digitized. So I just want to tell that it was the scenario, but when this portal was being implemented and the project sanctioning was being done through this portal, so the mandate was given to every state to upload their digitized land plans and land use characteristics also on that portal. So if you will go at this time on the real time, you will see the land plans digitized and the land use. You can even see where is the forest, where is the mining area, where is the utilities passing. Even the Ministry of Power, they have uploaded their power line crossings also, irrigation canals, all and what we can think of, everything is there. Even just within last 6 months or 8 months, archaeological team has also uploaded their archaeological sites also. This was one hindrance in one of our project because that was conceived 2 years back, and it was approved by using BISAC portal, and there was one interference with one of the archaeological sites, due to which there was delay in the execution of that project. So it was a matter of concern. Then when we have asked every ministries that their layers and their utilities should be mapped on the BISAC portal, then why archaeological sites were missed? So it was came to the knowledge of everybody that archaeological team has not mapped their sites on the BISAC portal, but now that has been mapped. And if you will plan the things on that portal, it will ensure that doubling is not getting generated. For example, traffic, as other panelists were also discussing, the traffic which is being running from zone I to zone J for origin from the origin to the destination, it is same, and it has to be shared between rail and road. And the same traffic has been considered while planning of the road, and same traffic has been considered while planning the railway. So, and at the end of day, when the things are implemented and projects are being executed, and then we see that the traffic is just 50% or 40%. Why? Because it has been shared between the two ministries. So when we are doing the things on BISAC portal, we will be going to know that the alignment which we are choosing for our rail, that alignment has already been chosen by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for their national highway development. So at that point of time, we can think of, and we can we can sit together and see whether this alignment will be more suitable for a road or more suitable for a railway, and a concise decision can be taken whether that on that alignment a road has to be built or a railway has to be built. Second thing what I want to say is, one of your question you were asking, that how to ensure that the traffic should come from road to railways. So the one most important thing is last mile connectivity. If we are ensuring the last mile connectivity, then it is sure the traffic will come from roadways to railways. The thing in which railways is lacking is the last mile connectivity. For example, if a coal block is there, and we are planning a railway line for evacuating that coal block, and we are not entering into that coal block, so the logistics difficulty will be there. First of all, they have to load in the trucks, and then they have to offload at the railway yard, and then it again loading in the trains. So it will create a logistic problems. So we have to think of the last mile connectivity. So the foremost thing to earn or to transfer the freight from roadways to railways, we have to make the last mile connectivities. Second thing is, Praveen sir, he is leading that DFCCIL organization. I have been associated with that organization also for 4.5 years. There is one service, roll on and roll in services. So that is also improving that last mile connectivity. Truck on rails. So these are the out of box thinking which we are doing in addition to last mile connectivity, which will generate our revenue and which will ensure that freight is transferred from roadways to railways. So this is one more thing. Another thing that I just mentioned in the starting of my discussion, that the Gati Shakti is working on 2 terminals. One is external and one is internal. So basically in internal also, previously what we are doing while sanctioning of the project and execution, we were working in the silos. The electrical team is sitting separately, signaling and telecommunication team is sitting separately, finance team is separately, and civil engineering people are, who conceive the projects basically, they were sitting separately. Now what we have done in the Ministry of Railways, all the departments, 7 departments, including traffic, including electrical, including signal and telecommunication, civil engineering, everybody is sitting in the same roof, under same roof. So the project sanctioning, whenever a project is being discussed, all the members of every department sit together and clear that project, whether it has to be approved or whether it has to be rejected. So this is the thing which Gati Shakti is doing, and what I have told you is the impact of Gati Shakti across the ministries and within the railway ministry.
Thank you, sir. Definitely, Gati Shakti is doing wonders as far as project execution, the planning part and the approvals are concerned. So, Gati Shakti has been like a flagship digital initiative. So we will now move to our next session, which is on the digital initiative part. So I'll come back to Shri Praveen Kumar. Sir, can you share some digital initiatives as far as the emerging technologies like AI, ML is concerned? We recently read the news on the MVIS, which is the machine vision based inspection system. So if you can throw some light on the initiatives taken by digitization initiatives taken up by DFCCIL. Thank you.
That is very, very important. Hello. The one that you have mentioned, that is MVIS, that is machine vision inspection system that we have installed, and that has been developed in-house, that is Make in India. We are not taking support from any foreign country, any foreign support. So this MVIS has been basically conceptualized by us, by DFC, but without any vendor, definitely it is very difficult to come out with this product. So we have contacted IISc Bangalore with a small startup. Now this MVIS is running very perfectly at Daud Khan near Tundla. So this is one of the very, very important digital initiative that we have taken. And this has been appreciated by a person none other than our Honorable Minister of Railway also. Now the fundamental thing is that whenever a rolling stock is coming, lot many defects are getting unnoticed. With the use of this MVIS, the entire rolling stock at a speed of 100 kmph, it is being scanned by this machine, that is optical machine, and enabled with the artificial intelligence. So all the major defects are being identified, and these are conveyed to the control center and to the concerned officer immediately. So that any defect is there, then we can stop the train and we can take some corrective action. This is similar to one which is already available in various heavy haul countries, that is known as super site. So super site का ये equivalent है, तो at a very cheaper cost, but make in India. Now with the success of this initiative, Ministry of Railway has given order to DFC, kindly install 4 MVIS in railway system. So we are working on that. Apart from that also, we are also working installation of more number of MVIS with more features included into that. That is the one initiative. Another initiative is that you know that in railway systems, lot of manpower is required for daily patrolling. Of course, in a network like dedicated freight network, because this is not a passenger, we want to reduce this keyman patrolling on a daily basis. Of course, we already have the number of patrolmen which is running on the foot patrolling. Now, even we want to reduce it by maybe by 80% by introduction of one artificial intelligence equipped car, that is track recording car, and for the OHE, that is OHE recording car. So already track recording car has been developed, manufactured at San Engineering Bangalore, and it is already under SAT and commissioning at Dadri. If anybody want to come, they can come and see it actually. And this is similar to one which is already available in Europe. This is provided with artificial intelligence, meaning that whatever a human eye, that is keyman, can see on the track, it can detect and it can immediately identify, convey to the control center. Of course, person has to go there. Suppose some fitting is missing, it will identify immediately, and the person can go and rectify those defects. This is one of the very, very great initiative. I would not say this is very new to the country of a global level. It is already there in European country or Australia, US, it is already there, but it is now being taken, and it is much more advanced car. Of course, railway is also working on that, but DFC car is much more, and apart from the track inspection, we are also going for the OHE inspection. So 2 artificial intelligence equipped car are being procured and under SAT and commissioning. The third initiative, unless you map your assets, it is very difficult to monitor all these things. So we are going in a very big way for mapping. I think she will also appreciate Autodesk, that we are mapping the entire network, entire DFC network. That is what is known as GIS based asset management. So we will be having the entire asset map in our network, in our library. so that we can monitor and we can maintain very, very efficiently. This is third initiative. Apart from that, the fourth initiative we are taking, that is what is known as top of rail lubrication. You know that lot of power is required for hauling the freight stock, and we want to do the energy efficient movement, and lot of friction is there between the rail and the wheel. Rail wear is very, very high. So we are also working with a company in India. Of course, it is a US based company, that is Lorem USA, which is supplying the rail grinding machine, and his counterpart is Vandana International. So we have given a proof of concepts. That is what is known as top of rail lubrication. With this, that is what is known as friction management. Again, this is artificial intelligence based equipment, and we will be able to monitor, and we will be able to efficiently utilize the power. And we are targeting that once rail wear can be reduced, because rail is very, very costly asset. And apart from that, energy management. This is some of the initiatives that we have taken in DFC, and we have already set one innovation cell, that is Center of Excellence, in the institute that we have created at Sector 145 Noida. That is what is known as Heavy Haul Institute. And under the aegis of a society that is known as Center for Heavy Haul Rail Research and Development. That is a DFC initiative, and we have tied up with various startups, various universities, and we are taking some of the very, very key topics in this institute under this Heavy Haul Rail Research and Development. And we have given some works for this broken rail detection system to ISC Bangalore, to IIT Roorkee, to some startup also, which we can think that they are capable of doing, because a lot of startups are there in India. They are doing wonderful, very, very good work. Like one is cyber signaling. In some of the private siding, we have used a cyber signaling. It is basically a network-based system which is installed at the siding, and every point and crossing is can be controlled by a iPad. It is there and it can be controlled, because it is an internal network. Of course, we are not trying for the main line, because it is not proven yet. But we already use this cyber signaling in two of our Gati Shakti terminal. This is another initiative. All these things we are thinking very, very proactively, and we want to implement all these projects at DFC.
Thank you so much, sir. I think these are some wonderful initiatives. And now talking about technology and mapping, what all things sir mentioned. So we come down to Dr. Satarupa Bhattacharjee. Thank you for waiting patiently for the questions. So my first question to you is, like we saw the wonderful presentation from the Autodesk team yesterday. So how is Autodesk India showcasing its capabilities in digital rail infrastructure, such as, BIM? We saw cloud collaboration, and we saw the examples of digital twins to support the transformation of freight corridors and logistics networks. Thank you.
So first of all, thank you so much, and it is a privilege to be part of this panel and to hear all the eminent speakers. As you asked, like regarding BIM, digital twin, so we are hearing a lot of initiative that Sir has mentioned. And so if we talk about BIM, that is a kind of transition from 2D to 3D. And it has, as a BIM is a process, and it has a stage-wise processes. So like when you have the data, and if you have stage-wise implementation of BIM is done, then it is like can be used for digital twin. So BIM, we are why it is important is like it's cover from design, concept to design, and then take to operation and monitoring. So, and if we are asking how, we think that, okay, as a technology provider, how it will be very helpful and freight corridor and in railway. So I would like to really emphasize that with the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, we have done quantification of our BIM package, wherein we have Civil 3D and we have Revit, which are kind of standardized with the compliances of India. And that can be used, which is actually targeting to sustainability, more accuracy, and you can actually have that collaborative work. We are hearing that we have the data, but it would be great to have a common, like what our solution talks about is that we bring all the important stakeholders, be it owner, be it contractor, operator, can work in the same platform together. Any kind of changes, even if we talk about in the design phase, everybody can be together, take a decision. There will be no paperwork, no kind of work in silos. So that is something with a vision to take the infrastructure in a higher level. We have aligned with the national development goals and brought this Viksit Bharat BEAM package so that it can be used, for more accuracy and collaborative approach and sustainability. When I'm saying sustainability, going forward, definitely we know that our product like InfraWorks and all, we have that analysis for CO2 and other emission that can be predicted. And even if we have the AI capability, where future we are definitely seeing that, IoT, AI and BEAM probably will play a huge role, because with the BEAM data, you have the digital twin, and digital twin is absolutely kind of virtual replica of your asset, your physical asset. So in the operation and monitoring stage, it will be maintenance stage, it will be a huge benefit. And if you talk about AI and IITs, I think with BEAM, with the digital twin, in the design phase, or we have heard in the morning discussion happened around Kavach. So I think safety is something which is very, very important in railway freight, and in Kavach, I think AI plays a very important role with IoT and BIM, because AI has the predictive analysis facility which can be applicable in the brown field as well as in the green field. So with that, maybe I'll pause for thank you.
I'll just continue with you on this next question, that, see, local standards and specifications are very important as far as, especially in railways. So Autodesk India launched its BIM package for Viksit Bharat with local standards. So how can this India-centric BIM suite impact the planning and execution of rail projects? If you can just quote an example, maybe where it was utilized and what difference it made.
Sure. So we have different standards, we are being US-based company. Our softwares are used in globally. So when we talked about Viksit Bharat, BIM package, the standardization that we have the specific standardization and regulation which are compliance with the and aligned with the national development goals, and that is something which we have customized and brought into our BIM package with the Revit in Civil 3D. And how it is going to help is that let's give an example, like you have signage, you have different kind of, in the railway track itself, there are many important assets, signage out there. So they have their typical standards, which are actually inbuilt in our system. Normally what happens is that when design is done, layout is done, then these designs needs to be incorporated, or signage and all other information needs to be incorporated. Now it is since incorporated in our this package, BIM package, it just the library needs to be brought and implemented in this track layout or design or lineament. So that is how it is going to actually, it will be very cost and time effective. It will actually save a lot of time, and it definitely, reduces a lot of work which is done later. If I answered your question.
Thank you, Dr. Kapoor.
Thank you.
So I'll come to Shri Abhinav Singh, that Indian Railways recently rolled out the AI-powered elephant intrusion detection using the fiber optic sensors. So please share more about this initiative, and how influential do you see AI, IoT-based safety systems in enhancing network reliability and preventing accidents, because we want to have sustainable and inclusive development. So how do you suggest these technologies are working?
So first of all, about the elephant intrusion system. This system was first implemented in our Northeast Frontier Railway. The technology which we used in this system is distributed acoustics sensing. So generally, it's you can say hit and trial. We are creating a system where we are going to detect the rail fracture, and that technology being used to detect the elephant. So in this system, the signature of the OFC signal which we are sending got changed when there is an elephant is moving around the track. So as the signature of the signals get changed, so automatically the system generates the alarm, and that alarm alert our station master, and we used to, through station master, inform to our loco pilot. Other than that, there is also a message system which generate a message and send to our loco pilot. Second, about use of AI in railways. So AI is not new to us. So first of all, we have to understand what is AI. AI is a thing, is a machine which is doing a thing which requires human intelligence. So Indian Railways is using AI, I think so, 2 or 3 decades back also. Suppose I can give you an example, a very beautiful example of AI which we use in daily life. In our email, you see when there is a spam email, it automatically get detected. So AI is not a new technology. So what we are seeing, the new version of AI, the earlier version of AI is a, you can say, a discriminative AI. We give the set of data to the AI and it's discriminate whether this one is okay or this one is okay, or in the 2 set or 3 set. Now the new form of AI is generative AI, where when we are giving the data to AI, it's generated something new. So right now, in terms of AI, we have implemented our cover system. It is a indigenized automatic train protection system, where when the train, suppose the loco pilot doesn't apply the brake, where the signal is on red condition, he has to stop. So there is a machine, there is a computer having an intelligence. It will start applying the brakes automatically and will help in reduction of accidents and other things. Other form of AI, one Korean company has developed a very beautiful system of drone where they are monitoring the railway bridges through their drones, and the accuracy of that system is around, they have provided 100 mm. So if there is a crack of 100 mm, they can easily detect that crack and immediately inform to the concerned persons. As you know, the bridges and other things where the river is flowing, other things, the maintenance become difficult. So the use of AI is going to increase. Right now we are using discriminative type of AI. Later on, I hope railway is going to move forward where we are going to use all the data. Suppose we are getting the failure data, we are getting the traffic data, and we merge and we will create such kind of system that we have to increase our train. Suppose a lot of data is coming and we have to increase our manpower to a particular section where number of trains are going more and reliability is less. So these kind of features, I hope in later we are going to see with the help of AI. Thank you.
Thank you. So my next question is for Shri Rajesh Prasad. So we have we've talked about different types of technology. So availability or evolution of technology or adoption is the key. So how do you suggest that how can these technologies be adopted successfully in the railway sector, and how can we make the railways infrastructure more viable and economical? So the challenge that we meet companies who have wonderful technologies which are actually providing solutions to the problems faced by the Indian Railways, but because of the public sector procurement and there's a proper channel through which a technology has to go through to be adopted by the Indian Railways. So how do you suggest that can be done in a more efficient manner?
So basically you have asked 2 questions in this. You have asked about the technology and the AI, and the second part you asked about the viability of the project. So I will first cover the viability of the project. See, I have given a name, the project appreciation benefit. So whenever a new project is sanctioned, the cost of the land, etc. goes up. The land prices appreciates. So if you really want to make the project viable, then this particular aspect should be covered. Initiatives were taken by NCRTC, UP Metro. What they had done is that they had signed some kind of understanding with the state government, and they have relaxed the floor area ratio. And whatever extra revenues were generated, it was shared between the executing agency and the state government. So the projects can be made more viable through this project appreciation benefit. We call it PAB. The second aspect which I want to cover is the PEB, the project exploitation benefit. Project exploitation benefit means commercial exploitation. We are already having a lot of exploitations, and we can have better planning through AI technology, and we can use the various infrastructures, whether it is the maintenance depot, viaduct, or any structure, any stations, the exploitation can be made. The third aspect which I am going to cover is that is the PIB, that is the project impact benefit. What do you mean by impact benefit? See, one high-speed corridor is under construction from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. Somebody can claim that at the same price, many a times the flight tickets will be available. But it will not, the cost is not the same. Because when you travel by a train, a high-speed train, and when you travel by an aeroplane, the carbon emission is around 15 times more. There is a carbon footprint, it has got a cost. So when you transport from rail, it is 10 times cleaner than road, 3 times cheaper than road. So there is a project impact benefit. So if you really want to do a proper analysis and you want to make the projects more viable, you should cover these 3 aspects of the project appreciation benefit, project exploitation benefit, and the project impact benefit. Now coming back to the technology and the AI and how we can use it, so I will share my experience. Around 15 years back, 14 years back, we got a software developed, mobile-based app. We gave a name REMS, Remote Eye Monitoring System. With a remote, at a remote place, with self-authentication by taking a selfie and geo-stamping, the person can click a picture, the site engineer, and it can be uploaded in the website. So suppose you select a control point. Today, some digging work is there, some piling activity, pile cap, pier, then the viaduct, then the rail. So in a control, with a control point, on a control point, you can monitor how it is growing. So this particular software was made by 2-3 undergraduates from IIT Kanpur. It was very popular. Ministry of Railway also circulated this. Recently we commissioned this Pamban Bridge. There also we have basically made indigenous health monitoring system. We have used the concept of AI also. For example, it is a lifting bridge. So AI has to ensure that the rails which has been basically uplifted, it sits and it is logged. So that particular signal should be connected with the control and the signals, the rail signals. So that particular aspects we had made sure. Then there was a bridge, Bardhaman road over bridge. There we used this structural health monitoring system. He was also there. He was there as assistant engineer. I am talking about 15 years back, 13 years back. And that particular health monitoring system was basically, we imported the technology from the Switzerland. Now the same technology we have adopted for Pamban Bridge, which is indigenous. So we need to have more and more indigenous components. And I will cite one more example. If you have time, then you please allow me. The NCRTC has taken an initiative. They signed an MOU with the BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, for the purpose of design of and the implementation of the PSDs, the platform screen doors. These are very costly items, And the cost of AMC is very high. The moment you bring the indigenous components, then automatically the project cost will go down. For the first time in Calcutta Metro, I had used the indigenous rails, the 110 UTS indigenous rail for the first time in 2017-18. See, a lot of metros were being planned, executed, and the rails were imported. Now, if you really want to have the projects to be more viable, we need to have more and more indigenous products, make in India products. And regarding the AI and technology, I have already shared some numbers about the Global Innovation Index, Logistic Index. We have got the steel policy, we have got the logistic policy, we have got the National Rail Plan. So things are already there in place. Only thing is that it has to be implemented. And once again, I will complete with this that the AI and the technology are going to play the pivotal role. And only thing is that we need to plan properly, monitor properly, execute properly.
Thank you so much, sir. I think this was a wonderful session with great examples being shared. So we'll now open the floor for the audience. If we can just take a couple of questions. One or two questions if, please. Someone can. Let's keep it very crisp so we have paucity of time.
My name is Kumar. I'm retired General Manager from North Frontier Railway. My question, actually, I was triggered by Mr. Tanveer Khan. He said, when we plan a solution, we will see last mile connectivity. I go back in my memory lane in railways in early 90s, I was deputed to Queensland Railway in Australia to see the heavy haul operations. I was stunned how they work. There's a coal mine having almost like everyday potential of 2 GMT per day, and it has to be like exported. So from the pit to the point where it is loaded, it could be 1,000 kilometers away. The whole operation is absolutely like a merry-go-round. There's no person en route. Stations are absolutely empty and it's being remotely controlled from a central point. So what I want to say, in India, why are we not conceiving such type of products? Ultimately, you see, we want to save our money. We want to give a solution to the end product, like suppose it's export item, iron ore or coal. So we should also think in that way, because we are working in silos. We cannot work like in silos nowadays. Now automation is available, high level of digitization is there. So I don't know, the question is basically to 2-3 people who are sitting on the dais, are they thinking in those solutions, like in the ministry, or let's say Mr. Praveen, is he like future? These 2 corridors already now we can say already on the table, we cannot do anything, but futuristic product, they should be thought in that way. That's all. Thank you.
Sir, can I tell something about this? See, the last mile connectivity is important not only for the typical railway infrastructures. This is also important for the metro system. It is also important for the RRTS. It is also important for the high speed. The Government of India has come out with a metro policy in August 2017. And they have suggested what are the steps required to be taken to have the last mile connectivity for the various metro projects and the metro stations. The idea is to have the better traffic through the metros so that the projects become more viable. This is only thing which I wanted to supplement. And in the previous question, I forgot one thing about the technology part. See, the Karnaprayag-Rishikesh is one of the most prestigious project, and it is around 125 kilometers, out of which more than 105 kilometers is through the tunnels. And we use the AI for fixing the alignments. We use a concept called DM, Digital Elevation Models. And we made around 59 alignments. We made basically the pros and cons of the various alignments. Then Ministry of Railways selected 3 alignments. Based on that, AI selected the locations of the stations. So the technology has already been playing a pivotal role, and in time to come, again it will play. And regarding this last mile connectivity, if he wants to tell something, he
Yes.
can supplement me.
Mr. Shiv Kumar has asked a very, very relevant question. That we keep on saying that we are improving. Lot many things, of course. After the commissioning of, I can say about the dedicated freight corridor. In dedicated freight corridor, in context of the last mile connectivity. Now we have taken a very, very great initiative. What Tanveer Khan has told, that is truck on trains. And truck on trains, especially from Palanpur, that is Amul trucks, that is milk trucks, which is otherwise going on the road. And we have created a facility at Palanpur and similarly at Rewari. Palanpur to Rewari is about 634 kilometers. We have made just like a merry-go-round system, what you are talking from pit to port in Australia, because I have seen that that system also. That is a wonderful system, that is fully automatic, driverless trains, very high technology is being used in that network, because the cost of labor is very, very high. In that context, parallelly I am drawing the attention to Mr. Shiv Kumar that from Palanpur to Rewari we are doing this service. The entire rake is loaded in the evening, reaches Rewari in the morning, get unloaded. We have created a very good facility for loading and unloading, very good facility. And from Rewari it goes to the last mile, because finally road they have to travel to some distance. Now we are extending this service so that we want to reduce this travel by road, because from Rewari it goes up to Pirthala or near Faridabad. Now we are extending these services up to Faridabad also. So what I want to say that all these concepts that is not working in the silos, so we are very much focusing that in DFC we must work as a team. There should not be silos. We are very much towards for adopting the new technologies, so that everything runs in a very, very seamless manner. And some of the examples I already given. Like one drone-based inspection he has talked about. We are also given one proof of concepts to a Noida-based company that we will be basically replacing and lot of inspection and monitoring with the drone-based system. But that is of course for the inspection and monitoring. But as far as actual things are concerned, we are very much into it, and we want to do that everything must go seamlessly, and whatever best technologies worldwide are available, being a PSU, being a SPV, and being a vision, what we can do, so we are very much into it. And I agree 100% with Mr. Shiv Kumar, and I regard Shiv Kumar as one of my mentors, because when he was director at IRCON, Indian Railway Institute of Civil Engineering, I was professor, worked under him, and he has guided on so many things. So I give all the credit, most of the credit to Mr. Shiv Kumar. I still regard, and he also worked in DFC as an engineer. He was the chief of engineering team, and again I regard him very much, and I fully agree with with your view. We want to improve, because a lot of things we say on papers, and we are not following this.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Because of the paucity of time, we'll not be able to take more questions, but we'll be happy to connect offline after the session ends.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for a very in-depth and insightful session.